today's final involved some serious rock, that's not what I had in mind.
Welcome to the final of Scrapheap Challenge, where our two returning teams must build crazy contraptions out of the stuff everyone else chucks out. Scrap!
As it's the final, we've devised a particularly hard challenge. In fact, it's rock hard.
To be crowned this year's Scrapheap Challenge champions, our teams must build the ultimate off-road machine, a rock-crawling vehicle that would bamboozle your average auto.
Our first finalists are a team of Cornish motor mechanics from the wild moors of Bodmin. The beasts of Bodmin have a passion for speedy British motors and raced into the final on the back of an off-road milk float and a souped-up steeplechaser. Ably led by Captain Brian, who is assisted by his scavengers Steve and Spence, these beasts are aiming to be kings of the Scrapheap jungle.
But they face tough competition from a trio of forklift engineers from Essex with lofty ambitions. The powerlifters have stormed through to the final, braving the depths of Margate Lido in their underwater car, before speeding through to the semis on the back of a juiced-up juggernaut. Scavengers Mark and Dave provide the grunt, while Captain Neil is head honcho and a tough taskmaster.
OK, teams, here it is. Your final challenge has been set. You have just 10 hours to build your boulder-bashing bangers.
Oh yes, go on the sound of the gong.
Wait for it, here it goes. Go!
OK, lads, we've heard what the challenge is. This is the final.
I've always special effort on this one.
Something with big wheels,
Really big
low
and tough,
gearing.
really strong. Real 6 wheels would be nice, like banana buggy thing.
4-wheel drives, tracks, 6-wheel drives.
Good if we could get an automatic gearbox.
Low gearing.
Maybe locking diffs.
Pistons.
With both teams brimming with ideas, it's up to this week's experts to make sure that no stone is left unturned. To prevent the beasts of Bodmin from getting stuck between a rock and a hard place is editor of 4x4 magazine, John Carroll.
Morning.
Hi, John.
John. We hope you know something about large rocks and getting over them.
It's got to be, well, 2 wheels.
Bicycle.
Yeah. Yeah. So we need some sort of a pair of driven axles.
So we're looking 4-wheel drive.
Definitely 4-wheel drive.
4-wheel
yeah.
steer.
Yes, I think we should. If we've got time, we can make it pivot in the middle there.
That sounds like a weak point to me.
To power over our rocky terrain, the beasts are going to build a 4x4 vehicle from scratch. 2 steering axles will enable them to steer both the front and back of the vehicle independently, giving them maximum manoeuvrability. But good communication will be essential. Otherwise, it could be a very short trip.
Hoping to give the powerlifters plenty of rock without the roll is Oz Wickham, a monster truck maestro. Oz builds giant trucks with mammoth wheels, so he knows all about tough terrain.
Hello, guys. Good to meet you.
And you?
Yeah. You got any ideas on your...
Well, we're sort of thinking 4-wheel drive, lightweight vehicle. You don't want to go too heavy with it, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think you'll bang on the right lines there.
Plenty of axle roll.
Yeah. Try and get it
You
all
got
fully.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of travel on the suspension.
Yeah.
You want suspension for when you actually hit the rock trail, I think bouncing off and losing
Drive.
grip. What you want is to keep the wheels on the ground all the time. Probably coil springs, you get a lot more travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The powerlifters have gone for a much simpler design. They plan to take the axles from a 4x4 vehicle and mount them on a custom chassis. Giant springs will provide suspension for each wheel. This design should enable the rock crawler to climb with one wheel whilst the others remain on the ground. It may not, however, be the most stable of rides.
4 nice big wheels.
We need 2 front drive axles.
And diesel on the motor.
We need an engine.
As you're both aware, this is for the trophy, so extra special effort, guys, and lots of running around. So let's go, fellas.
Time's ticking. Let's go. Let's go find.
With their 10 hours counting down, both teams set about their scavenge. When this final challenge is finished, only one team will stand victorious. worthy winners of the Scrapheap Challenge trophy. But who will be the first to get their hands on the tip-top scrap for their rock-crunching roadsters? To get their oily mitts on the coveted trophy, our finalists face one of our hardest challenges yet. The team that can construct a rock crawler tough enough to tackle that punishing boulder-laden terrain will be worthy champions.
There's a bit of illegal scavenging going on here, Lee.
And it's first blood to the beasts of Bodmin. Captain Brian and Expert John have bent the rules. They've snuck out of their build bay and wasted no time nabbing a nearby gearbox. An essential bit of kit for the twin-steer boulder basher that they plan to build from scratch, using 2 steering axles to give them super manoeuvrability.
Already lagging behind in the scramble for scrap, forklift engineers, the powerlifters, are frantically searching for the parts needed for their high-sprung 4x4. And it isn't long before super scavenger Mark strikes gold. He's found the front axle of an old Range Rover.
Their simple design requires a matching front and back axle, on which they'll mount a custom-built chassis with extra-large suspension, perfect for off-road terrain.
With the beasts bending the rules early on with some sneaky scavenging, we've allowed Captain Neil into the heap to help with the heavy work. Which is a good job because those wheels are heavy duty. Both designs require strong axles and powerful engines, so a scavenging success for one team is a body blow for the opposition.
The other team have found a front wheel drive steering axle.
That's ideal, yeah. Bring that in, we'll definitely have that.
I said the other team have found it.
Oh, the other team have found it. That's good. Can you sort of, battle them for it?
It's on their trailer heading back.
There'll be no scrapping over scrap, and Beasts Captain Brian can only jealously look on as a handy axle slips past his eager grasp.
But I don't quite know what your plan is.
We have got a plan. The idea is to fabricate a chassis.
Right.
And I'll have 2 steering axles, one front and one back, both driven.
And we need to make the axles articulate so that we can keep the tyres in contact with the ground.
What we're planning on doing is feeding an engine and a gearbox through a reduction gearbox, i.e. the one that we found outside the door.
Low gearing is essential for rock crawling. The vehicles need lots of turning power, known as torque, to clamber up the boulders. But if that turning power turns the wheels too fast, the vehicle will wheel spin and go nowhere. An extra gearbox will give the beasts even lower gearing, which will allow the power to stay high while the wheels turn very slowly over the boulders. But it won't be the speediest of races.
Even in top gear, it probably about maximum achieved walking speed.
Right, I see. So when you're going flat out in it,
yes,
it would actually be doing like 3 or 4 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't need to go fast.
No, you don't want to go. The rocks you've got to go over are not like pebbles. It's the sort of place you really shouldn't take a vehicle.
No.
Which is obviously why we've got to do it.
Rob's not exaggerating. It's essential both teams scavenge some heavy-duty parts to clamber over those rocks.
I'll get the paint.
But the beast of Bodmin scavenge has stalled.
It looks to be a nothing.
And it's the powerlifters who are nosing in front, having found an ideal off-road front axle.
Hey, Captain Neil, Expert Oz.
Oh, yeah.
It's the final. So Oz, what do you actually need on your vehicle to make an ideal rock crawler?
Priorities will be very low gearing, lots of suspension travel to keep the rubber on the ground at all times, to get as much grip out of the tyre as you can. So the lower the gearing, you obviously want an engine with a good mid-range torque, lots of power if you need it to put your foot down, but not so much power that it just wheel spins and stops.
Yeah, so what do you need for this? I mean, you've got your one axle here. Presumably, you're going to need another one of those.
Yeah, just a little bit more added around it, really. Now we're looking for another axle the same, but the rear one, an engine and gearbox to power it, and some steel to make a chassis out of. And we're looking for springs, shock absorbers, so we can get lots of travel on the suspension.
So far, so good, but a single axle is no good on its own. It's vital they find the matching axle, especially when there's a bevy of beasts on the prowl for axles as well.
I smell gear oil down there.
So whilst his team get back in the hunt, Captain Neil and Expert Oz are left to kick their heels and worry.
As the powerlifter's scavenge runs out of juice, the beasts are finally having some luck.
Worry, Dave. What found?
Their keen senses have sniffed out what looks like a Range Rover's rear axle. Could this be what their rivals were looking for? They're only after steering axles, but their beastly instincts make them tag it anyway.
The beasts of Bodmin are ruthless scavengers. They left their mark to bag the best scrap in previous rounds, and their wily scavenging
We got a better car than you have.
is matched by an animal instinct in the build, which saw them construct an ingenious steeplechaser to hurdle themselves into the final. This first-rate pack of fabricators are fearsome adversaries with absolute belief that they will be victorious.
I think we'll get the top of that course first.
It's not good news for the powerlifters. Mark is still hunting for their matching axle for their high-sprung 4x4, unaware that the beasts have already bagged it.
Neil found matching rear axle. Well done for a nice one.
Here, Spence, there's the purples are after our Range Rover rear axle. Do you want to come over? That axle's got our name on it, chaps.
We've tabbed it up. We're just waiting for a crane to uplift it, boys.
There's so much at stake, and there's no love lost between these two top teams.
They are pretty competitive, aren't they?
Pretty beastly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What do you reckon?
not a lot.
Really? Do you think you're going to beat them?
Easy.
You know, we don't intend to go empty-handed.
We might be able to trade you for it if we can find the other one we're looking for or get it out.
Yeah,
Might do a deal on it.
we're
On
good
what?
like that.
On that axle if you need it.
For what?
Front
Two
axle.
front steering axles.
Well, we've got the front axles to that matching.
Well, that's you sorted if we let you have that, though.
Yeah. We found a front axle and a back axle, but a lot bigger.
Have you?
Yeah.
I can show you where they are, if you want.
We've got no choice, have we?
Have a peek?
Yeah, we've got a deal.
Yeah, let's do
Right,
that.
Okay,
So
lads,
we'll have a
go on
deal.
in.
It looks like the War of the Welds has been averted. Our frontline troops know it's better to barter than to go back to the build empty-handed. The powerlifters have got their matching axle in exchange for info on a rig perfect for the beasts.
Here we go, here we go.
With a matching set of front and rear Range Rover axles, the powerlifters have now got the perfect base for their high-sprung rock crawler. And they can get cracking on building their chassis from scratch. It's a monster build worthy of a final, but this team will have no fear.
It's a case of the bigger the better for this trio of forklift engineers. In the semi-final, they scavenged a massive coach and engine and made constructing an awesome drag truck look like playtime. It was an emotional but victorious journey as they raced through to the final. And the powerlifters do not intend to go home empty-handed.
If you don't win, will you be gutted?
It's not an option.
Really?
Yeah.
You're going to win and that's that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's an excellent challenge for the final, but one of the good reasons it's quite good is that the vehicles are slow, because that will give the other team a chance to get out of the way. So I think they would drive over each other, wouldn't they? I think they would quite happily crush the opponents. Either team would.
Without even a second thought.
Yeah.
We want to win, get out of the way. Oh dear, you haven't. Oops, we've run you over. But we've got the trophy.
Yeah.
Now we're cooking with gas.
The beasts have got their bartered axles back to the build. Captain Brian and expert John can now begin the massive construction of their twin steer boulder basher. Top of their list is the ingenious pivot system designed by expert John that will give their vehicle the articulation to beat the boulders.
Turn in there.
The main technique behind rock crawling is to keep all wheels on the ground at all times. If a normal car's wheel was raised onto a boulder, the solid axles and chassis would cause one of the other wheels to lift off the ground and the car would get stuck. By pivoting the front axle, the beast will be able to push one of its front wheels up onto a rock, whilst keeping its other three wheels firmly on the ground. But it's a precise job. Too much pivoting and their car will topple right over.
So it's a risky design, and the performance of that pivot could mean the difference between success and failure. But with so much to do, there's no time for perfection, and they'll have to bodge it together the best they can.
The powerlifters have a far more simple spring design for their suspension. Under the watchful eye of expert Oz, they're building a custom chassis that they'll mount onto their axles with large springs. But excellent suspension will be worthless without a grunting engine to power them over the rocks.
How are we looking at that engine, fella?
I found ourselves a diesel lamp with auto box strapped on the back of it.
What engine is it, mate, just out of interest?
Ford.
Ford diesels.
Neil doesn't sound overly enamoured, but he's much happier than his empty-handed rivals. That is, assuming that grunting Ford engine will give them the power they need to creep from boulder to boulder. One man who does know how to power over giant boulders is our judge, Dr. James Brighton. A vehicle research engineer from Cranfield University, he builds machines to tackle all types of terrain.
So James, welcome back to the heap.
Thank you.
Some people may not be familiar with the extremely popular sport of rock crawling, but I mean, it is basically it's a vehicle with 4 wheels that can go over absurdly lumpy big boulders, isn't it? That's the idea.
That is exactly what it is. We're trying to make a machine that can go over huge obstacles that you wouldn't perceive would be possible.
Although it is still early stages, it does look like there's quite a big difference in approaches. I mean, the Beast of Bodmin seem to be, well, they've got 4-wheel steering for a start, which is quite a radical departure.
So they're going to take 2 front axles. You can either turn the rear axle differently to the front, so you can turn in a very tight circle.
Right.
Or you can turn them both in the same direction, so you can move like a crab.
Go sideways, yeah.
You can do what's called crab
So
steering.
will they have? They potentially could have 2 steering wheels.
They will have 2 steering wheels.
They will have 2 steering
wheels. I mean, they don't have to have 2
No.
steering wheels, clearly, but I think that's their plan.
Right, yes. I mean, the powerlifters seem to be going for something that will more resemble a 4-wheel drive tough.
The powerlifters have a live axle, which means the wheels are completely connected together.
Right.
And therefore their suspension system will be what they will use in order to get the articulation that they need.
So their axle itself doesn't bend anywhere, but it can twist.
No, and it can move around.
Right.
Whereby on the other design, the 2 wheels can basically move like this.
Right.
Okay.
But maybe not as far. They can't.
No, exactly. Yeah. So to sum up between the 2 teams, I think the powerlifters possibly have the advantage of robustness at this stage. It's a very tried design, and each of the elements are well engineered. Whereas the Beast possibly have the more elegant solution that could well be a bit better if it all hangs together.
The Beasts of Bodmin have the more elegant design with their twin steer rock crawler, but Captain Brian and Expert John are still short of essential components, and their scavengers aren't looking that sure-footed.
Oh! We say?
Yeah, all right.
Right, which way then?
I think.
Let's hope they have more success climbing over rocks than they do clambering over scrap.
Hey, Mark.
All right, Dave.
Yeah.
I think they might be all right.
The powerlifters, though, are making light work of scavenging for their simpler design. Mark has found a prop shaft from a Sierra to link their engine and wheels.
Yeah, well, look what I found.
Oh, good man, nice one. Oh, do you want to try that in the back? Try that in that gearbox, mate. Is that a Tina one? Sierra.
That's a Wendy.
It's a great find, but cheeky Dave wants to claim all the glory for himself.
Tell me it was a nice find.
So it was a great find, Dave.
Thanks.
Nice
I worked my cods off to find
well
that.
done, mate, finding that prop shaft. He's done a good job of that, mate.
Thanks.
Well done,
So I suppose
well done, Dave.
The prop shaft I took off, I suppose it fits, does it?
Yeah, but Dave found it.
Oi, enough of you.
Whilst the powerlifters joke around, their Cornish rivals are falling by the wayside.
Dangerous place.
But they say there's no gain without pain, and Steve's tumble has landed him next to an ideal-looking diesel engine.
Brian, are you there?
Yeah, come on.
Found another diesel engine out of a vehicle. Might be better, save us getting it out. It's a looks like again like a Peugeot turbo diesel with an intercooler.
Teams, this is your 6-hour call. You have 6 hours remaining, teams. 6 hours left, thank you.
Time is passing the beasts by, and they're playing catch-up with their rivals. With that Peugeot engine finally back in the build, they really need to get cracking.
They're still way behind the powerlifters. Captain Neil has found the final piece of the jigsaw for their design, an old transfer box from a long-defunct agricultural vehicle. It works by splitting the drive from the engine to 2 prop shafts, one to drive the front axle and one for the rear, creating 4-wheel drive as long as they all turn in the right direction.
No such worries for the beasts of Bodmin. They're beginning to head in the right direction. Spence has found some extra large wheels, which have lifted team morale.
That's going to go anywhere with them on it. That's going to go anywhere.
But only if Steve can get that brutish engine going.
Promising.
Next door, the powerlifter's engine is clearly going nowhere.
Worrying thing is,
What's up?
that should move that, shouldn't it?
This, as that goes round.
That should move that ratchet on there, shouldn't it? That there.
Yeah.
Which doesn't seem to be connected anymore.
Mark has discovered a potential nightmare. The automatic gearbox is stuck solid. Until they fix this, their build is going nowhere.
It's got to go back to a neutral position, hasn't it?
How's the gearbox looking?
So I might have to drop the whole trans pack out the bottom to give enough clearance to get the shaft out. Rebuild the shaft, assemble it, and then put it back again, then put the pack back up again. It's a load of work.
That look from Expert Oz says it all. He knows they're in the sticky stuff. With more than half the day gone, that gearbox needs to be totally dismantled and repaired. Will it scupper the powerlifters' chances of lifting the Scrap Heap trophy? To be crowned Scrap Heap Challenge champions, our teams need to be rock hard. They must construct cars capable of clambering over huge boulders.
To tackle this epic undertaking, motor maniacs, the Beasts of Bodmin, have designed a twin-steer rock crawler with a pivoted front axle. It's an ingenious but complex design. Their rivals should have a more straightforward build. The Essex powerlifters have a simpler 4x4 design with extra-large spring suspension. But their straightforward build has gone sour.
The powerlifters had leapt ahead with some speedy scavenging, but when they came to attach their engine, disaster struck.
That should move that, shouldn't it?
The automatic gearbox on their motor is stuck, and until the gearbox is fixed and the engine mounted, they can't build the front of their high-sprung 4x4.
Just an absolute disaster.
Neil knows all their hard work in scavenging will be undone if they can't get it fixed.
Excellent.
Yeah, excrement.
And to make matters worse, the beasts are hot on their heels. After a slow start, the Cornish men are busily fabricating the pivot system on their front axle. It'll give them the articulation they need to clamber over the boulders. It's coming together nicely, and Brian's confidence is high.
Oh, go for it, eh? Look out.
Beasts of Bodmin. We have what looks like a chassis here.
Oh, yes.
How's it all going?
Fine. Yeah, we're doing quite well, actually. We're going to have a gearing system that's going to give us about 0.0001 miles per hour, which is the sort of thing you need for rock crawling because it's just very, very slow. Gives you a chance to pick your spot where you want to go over the rocks, and that's what it's all about.
So, John, are you pleased with the scavengers' job? Have they got some pretty good stuff? Or?
Absolutely, yeah. We couldn't have wished for two better axles because they're both steer, so we have four-wheel steering. We can crab it diagonally by turning them the same way, or we can make it go around in a circle by turning
I've got
them
you so they can do that.
Yeah, so it should turn on the proverbial sixpence.
Are you happy you're going to get it done in the time, or do you think you can be pushed down to the wire?
Well, I think we pushed the wire, yeah. It's not an easy build, you know, there's a lot of fabrication. So, yeah, we're going to be pushed to the wire for sure.
If the beasts think time is an issue, they should take a look at their opponent's build. The broken gearbox has brought the powerlifters to a halt, and Captain Neil is beginning to lose his cool.
That should be all in a manny by now. Oh, stoner crows.
Oi, chill.
The solution rests on the sizable shoulders of gentle giant Mark. If he can't fix the gearbox, it's game over for the powerlifters. For Captain Neil, things just get worse.
There you go. Be a problem.
Finally, Mark has found the problem. The small ratchet that moves the gears has bent out of shape. It's a tiny component, but it's causing a big headache. Mark is doing his best to fix the ratchet, but the powerlifters' build has stalled whilst they wait for their engine to be mounted.
Whilst the powerlifters' build grinds to a halt, the beasts' build goes from strength to strength. Their more ambitious plan left them unfancied by our judge. But with 4 monster wheels scavenged, their twin-steer rock crawler is really starting to take shape.
Oh, we don't get a puncture, we'll never change it.
Those large wheels should enable them to tackle much steeper rocks than their rivals. So will these added extras adjust the odds in their favour?
Now, James, the build is sort of progressing rather rapidly with the beasts and slightly less rapidly with the powerlifters. The Beast of Bodmin's machine is looking rather beefy and mean, isn't it?
It is. I mean, they've got much larger tyres, which is very good. I mean, diameter is very useful for rock crawling. You want as big a diameter tyres as you can get, so it will go over bigger rocks easier.
So, and they've also done some interesting thing with their front axle. I just noticed having a look then. It's sort of pivoted like a bit like a tractor.
It is exactly like a tractor, yeah.
So one wheel could stay static like that, the other wheel
and the other one can move up completely independently.
Right.
Yeah, certainly.
So it sounds like, James, you've actually switched allegiance a bit. That the Beast of Bodmin have sort of risen.
Yeah, I think the Beast solution has a number of things in its favour now. So they've got the larger tyres, elegant transmission system, and also they're doing well in the build. The build is actually coming together for them quite well, and they've got a number of their major components actually sort of worked out and positioned correctly.
Quite well is an understatement. No wonder our judge has changed his allegiance.
What we've got to do, Steve, somehow is strengthen that chassis.
The chassis and wheels of the Beast's twin steer rock crawler are already fitted. Steve is attaching the second gearbox to their engine. It'll give those massive wheels plenty of the slow turning power they need.
A gearbox works by reducing the speed that the wheels turn at. To make the wheels turn slowly enough for the challenge, the beasts would have to take their foot off the accelerator, losing all power. By adding another gearbox, the beasts can maintain power whilst the wheels turn slowly. This means they should have the grunt to clamber over the rocks.
The Beasts of Bodmin were convincing winners in their previous heats, and you can see why. They're already starting to attach their brutish engine to their custom chassis.
There she goes. A bit more. Whoa, we're in.
It's heavy, precise work. The engine needs to be mounted so that the balance of their vehicle is right. Despite the odd splutter, the beasts are in overdrive. It's amazing how fast they're putting together their twin steer rock crawler. It's a formidable looking beast for a formidable challenge.
Next door, it's a very different scene.
Never taken one of these apart before, so.
The powerlifter's broken gearbox is still being repaired. All the Essex boys can do is plough on with their rear spring suspension and hope that time is on their side.
Teams, you have 4 hours remaining. 4 hours remaining, teams. Thank you.
You sure about that?
The only glimmer of hope for the powerlifters is the simplicity of their design compared to the beasts. They don't have to worry about articulated joints, so their spring suspension could hold the key to their success. The spring suspension on the powerlifter's vehicle will work in 2 ways. As a wheel pushes over a rock, the spring on that side of the axle will compress, allowing the wheel to rise up onto a rock. Whilst on the other side of the axle, the spring will expand, allowing the wheel to remain on the ground and maintain traction. But the powerlifters must add suspension bars to hold the chassis in place, otherwise they'll bounce around like a jack-in-the-box. But all that suspension is no good on a stationary vehicle, and Captain Neil is now looking like a broken man.
I just want to get their mounts in there, mate, and I can't work out where they've got to be yet. Without that done, that'd have been in by now and a front axle in place. I just can't believe that gearbox. We've lost like one man for like 4 hours because of that.
The Beasts of Bodmin are rocking along. To take the roughness out of their ride, the rear axle is having its suspension added. But the real ace up their sleeve is their self-made pivot system, which allows the front axle to twist up and down. In its completed state, it's easy to see how those giant wheels will clamber up and over the boulders.
Just getting to the rocks is proving problematic for the powerlifters.
It's turning, yeah? All the way one way, it should go in the park. Park, locked up. One back front, it'll be neutral. Yeah, it'll be fine, mate.
After hours of struggle, Mark has at last solved their gearbox conundrum.
Right, now we're cooking with gas.
It's more efficient, isn't it?
Well done, boys. Nice one. Get ready for the in now.
Yes.
The powerlifters can finally get their engine mounted. The gearbox needs to be fitted to the transfer box that will send power to all 4 wheels. But with the clock ticking, there's no time for accurate alignment.
Oh, that's all right.
That's all right. Okay. All right. Let's put that in there then.
That looks
Let's
nice
stick
enough.
that in there.
And the race is on to get their high-sprung 4x4 hammered together.
You've got a club hammer?
Yep.
Lovely. Just there, mate. Right there.
There's 2 very hard-working teams over there, isn't there? They are going at it hammer and tongs, to use a cliche, but I mean, they are really working hard.
They're very impressive machines, and almost from 2 different angles. I mean, the power lifters is obviously quite a slight machine.
Yeah.
They've made a very elegant suspension system,
Yeah.
At the rear at least, and hopefully
Yes.
the front one will be very similar. The other team, slightly different, much bulkier machine, bigger tyres,
Yeah.
much more weighty.
I mean, it looks a hell of a lot more heavy.
It is, and also it's got a much higher centre of gravity.
What about your favourite?
I think I'll stick with
The
the
Beast.
The Beast, really, yeah, certainly. I mean, their tyres help them out immensely, and they'll probably have time to just sort of tweak it you know, towards the end.
Our judge may be confident on the Beast's behalf, but completing their build may not be as simple as that.
Is that turning it? Just try and turn it then, or are you turning it?
The props are hitting either end.
The prop shaft that should drive their rear wheels is locked solid, meaning they'll be going nowhere fast.
I'm sure it's binding there. The angle of the prop is quite steep.
Let that axle off a bit.
Spence has a plan. And with some Bodmin-style bodging, the Beasts are back on track.
That's going in now.
In the powerlifters build area, the engine is now in place.
Come on, gents, we've got loads to do.
And even Neil's spirits have lifted.
All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary.
Teams, if you want to get your mitts on the legendary Scrapheap Challenge trophy, you better get your skates on. You've got 1 hour remaining, teams. 1 hour remaining. Thank you.
With 1 hour remaining, the Beasts of Bodmin are in a commanding position. They've constructed an awesome-looking machine, and their confidence is high.
You're pleased with how it's gone then? I mean, with
Yeah,
the result is what you
yeah. I
wanted?
mean, providing it all holds together.
Yeah. Is there a weak point in it, if there is one? I mean, is there a bit you're anxious about?
Name a weld. You know, if a weld lets you down, that's the end of the story.
Yes,
You know, you've
yeah.
gone with a trophy.
Yeah.
We're here to get the trophy.
I can sort of tell that. There's been a quiet air of determination in the Beast camp.
Yeah, we're very determined
So
guys.
you're still confident you're going to get there?
I think so, yeah. We built quite a good machine, and as I say, if it holds together, yeah, I don't see a problem at all.
Brilliant.
You know, so...
All right, well, well done. Done
Thank
very
you.
well. I'll let you get on, do the last bit.
Okay.
I'll see you later on.
Cheers.
All right.
They say that 2 heads are better than 1. Well, the Beasts better hope that's true for them, because they've got 2 drivers. The front driver will have the main controls, but the rear driver will be able to turn the back wheels, giving them extra manoeuvrability. With 2 drivers, though, communication will be the key.
How am I going to indicate when I want to turn left now, Spence? He's broke my indicator stalk.
Time's running out for the powerlifters. Their busted gearbox has left them with a mountain of work to do. The front suspension system needs to be constructed from scratch, and they're a long way from completing the job.
Oh, mate, I haven't seen you for a little while. How's it all going?
Not bad now.
Has it been a stressful day?
Yeah, really bad.
Really?
Yeah, that gearbox really just completely messed us up. Put us about 3 hours behind on putting the engine in. Because we couldn't get the engine in, we couldn't get the front axle in, so it just sort of snowballed.
So do you think you'll be able to get it finished?
Oh, yeah.
All right, I won't keep you any longer because you need every second you've got.
Yeah, I must
well
crack
done,
on.
Neil.
Thank
I'll
you very
come
much.
to you later on. Well done, love.
Cheers, bye.
He's one very stressed man, and actually at this point I feel quite sorry for him.
Our two teams have one final push to wrap up their rock crawlers. But whilst the beasts of Bodmin have time to practice their driving techniques...
How's the view?
The powerlifters are frantically bolting together their rocky racer. The springy front suspension has been fitted and looks the business.
Jaws.
And with seconds to spare, their steering is being welded into place.
Whoa, never known a scavenge this late.
Faster.
That smells lovely.
Teams, your 10 hours are up!
Yes, teams! It's crunch time. Tomorrow you will leave the scrap heap for the tough terrain of our rock crawling course, and one of you will earn a place in the scrap heap history books. Well done, teams. Great build.
After a testing 10 hours, our teams have engineered 2 rock-hard creations, but there can only be one scrap heap champion.
Will the powerlifters' highly sprung 4x4 rock their world?
Or can the beast's twin steer boulder basher bag the title?
Where our two teams have rocked up and are ready to roll to decide who will be this year's scrap heap champions.
The Scrap Heap trophy is waiting to be claimed, and after hours of competition, it all comes down to one final race. Essex boys, the powerlifters, with their high-sprung 4x4, and Cornishmen, the beasts of Bodmin, with their twin-steer boulder basher, have just 1 hour to make adjustments to their rock crawlers.
Our teams will race one at a time over this treacherous rocky terrain.
Starting with a gentle axle twister, the course will get progressively tougher until they're faced with an ominous incline to reach our finish line. It's such a tough task, we're giving them 1 bonus life if they break down or get stuck.
The team that gets furthest around the course will be crowned Scrap Heap Champions 2005.
I attempted to walk the course earlier on, and I just didn't dare do it. The rocks here, you can't walk down them. I mean,
it is completely awesome. I mean, we've got everything from really quite small rocks right the way up to these giant boulders.
I can't tell now which team has the advantage and the disadvantage, because it seems like the suspension on the powerlifters machine is very soft, very flexible. The whole car is flexible. I mean, the chassis twist, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is. They've got a lot of articulation on that vehicle, but not necessarily great control of where the tyres are and the wheels are, because they've only got one steering axle and they're relatively small tyres. The beasts, on the other hand, have good control of all 4 tyres. The passenger will be steering the back axle, and the driver will be steering the front axle. And they're higher off the ground with the bigger tyres.
So, I mean, have you got any predictions now you've seen the course and seen the finished vehicles?
Well, it would be a brave man to call this one now.
Beast of Bodmin, the final. Got your finished machine here. Checked out theirs.
Yeah.
I think yours is the best.
I'm pretty confident it'll go further than that.
Any last minute nerves, or are you totally confident?
You never know, but we've double-checked all the welds and we'll wait and see.
Very best of luck. Hope it goes well. Enjoy the final.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, thanks.
Okay. Well, lads.
Brave words from the beasts, but will their vehicle cope with the challenge ahead?
Beasts of Bodmin, it is time to carve your initials in the rock face of scrap legend. Go on the sound of the horn.
Expert John and Spence are spotting the best route. Captain Brian is behind the front wheel, while Steve is their rear steerer.
Get up second gear here, Brian.
That is second.
Looking good.
It's Robert.
I can't see what on earth's going on from down here. Can you fill me in, please?
What we have so far is incredibly smooth, steady progress over pretty rocky terrain. They're doing incredibly well. They're going very, very smoothly and slowly.
But it gets tougher from here.
I can't see anything at all.
That's right, just drive, Brian.
So the front's dropping off the cliff. Yeah. That must be fairly daunting.
You can see how the twist of that front axle at the minute.
Amazing how much twist
really
that's got.
Gone over.
Really good.
Come on, this is fantastic.
They've reached the bottom of the dangerous descent without mishap, and it's on to the axle twisting straight.
That's a beautiful speed. That is a beautiful speed. When are we going to meet the hard bit then, Brian? We've done the easy bits, have we?
The beasts seem to be finding this remarkably easy.
I'm nodding off back here.
It's coping really well.
It's an amazing performance, but now they face the tough ascent to the top and the finish line.
No, it's good. The machine is working as perfectly as it could be expected to so far.
I think they might just make this. Oh, no, that sounded fatal.
But that brake did sound like that.
A lot like a drive shaft.
A large piece of metal. That
It did.
snapped.
It did.
It has that sort of pencil braking quality, only much bigger in metal.
The strain of the climb has caused a weld on their drive shaft to give way. It's tough for the beasts, but they do have a chance to fix it and tackle the slope again.
Powerlifters, this is it. It is the big one. It's the final. You've seen what they've got?
Yeah.
You've seen what you've got? Do you think you're going to win?
Yeah.
I can feel the tension in the air. I really, really do wish you the best of luck.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Can the powerlifters take advantage of the beast's breakdown?
Powerlifters. A rolling rock crawler gathers no moss, but it might just gather this trophy. Go on the sound of the horn.
Mild-mannered Mark is behind the wheel. Captain Neil and Expert Oz are plotting his path.
In a lot of ways, this looks a lot more like you would imagine a real car would go over the same.
It does, yes.
Like, oh dear.
It's
Dad,
far more like...
sure?
Keep it rolling, we're going well. Fast, bit of gap.
The easy section caused them no worries, but a dangerous downhill drop awaits.
That way a little bit more. Bring it on. Go on. That way a little bit more. Let's be having you.
Mark's really concentrating behind that driver's wheel.
Round a bit. Go on, mate. A little bit more.
Look at that spring suspension bend. It's working just as they planned.
Go on, you fairy, pick it up.
They're matching the beasts rock for rock, and it's on to the middle section.
Superb. Brilliant job. Right as you are. Go ahead.
Just ban it, Mark, and then hold it on the top of the rock.
Can we steer, Mark? I'm not sure. Whoa.
Now,
Lisa to Robert, there seems to be lots of wheel spinning now, and I think they might be stuck.
It's hard to believe that they're anything else, isn't it now? I'm really willing them on, but it does look a little bit fatal.
Those small wheels lost traction, and they'll have to get lifted out.
Both teams have one final attempt to get up that awesome incline, so it's make or break for the beasts of Bodmin.
Come on, my beauty. You get us up this hill, my beauty.
Will their patched-up drive shaft see them to the summit?
Yeah, keep it coming. Straight.
We're the beasts of Bodmin and we're going up the hill. We're the beasts of Bodmin and we're going up the hill.
Go on, beast, nearly there.
They're inching to the finish, boulder by boulder.
Right, we're getting a bit light on the front there, boys. We're the beasts of Bodmin going up this hill.
The front wheels are on the lip. Just one final push.
There we are, I think they've done it,
Right, we've lost drive. Now we're up.
Oh no, the prop's gone again. It's over for the beasts, just short of the finish line.
That's it. Well, we got the front wheels up, lads.
I think I need to go and have a lie down.
The beasts managed to get their wheels onto the top. That mighty effort is going to take some beating.
Is the powerlifter's high-sprung 4x4 capable of climbing higher?
Let's go. Thank you. Steady on the brakes, mate, on the brakes.
That's it. Superb.
Driver Mark is impatient to get to the ascent.
Whoa, what are you doing? Whoa, don't go mad, mate, don't go mad.
How on earth are they going to get up that?
build up the revs, build up the torque, and...
Yes, another big jolt up. My God!
It's amazing that it's got up that far. Hold on there, hold on. How are they going to get up over this last bit?
That is the question.
They're struggling to get those small wheels over the edge. Can they get any more power out of their engine?
He's just wriggling the wheels to try and get the torque. It's trying. It's nearly there. And it's so close. There we go, there we go.
Stone the crows, they did it! They bounced their wheels over the finish line.
One more recovery.
You're over the line, bruv.
They've actually technically crossed the finish line.
They have. They have
crossed the finish line.
The front wheels are well and truly across the finish line.
Teams, this has been a phenomenal final. I think I can safely say the closest final we have ever had. And you've both done absolutely brilliantly. And today, the runners-up of the 2005 Scrapheap final are the Beasts of Bodmin. Well done.
Well done, guys. Which can only possibly mean that this year's champions, who've done amazingly well against a lot of odds, well done for the powerlifters. Fantastic.
Hey! Woo!
There you go.
Come on.
Hey!
Well done, Steve.
And don't forget to join us next week when this year's champions, the powerlifters, will face last year's champions, the anoraks, in the grand final. Really, really don't miss that one.
That's right, the powerlifters will have to reach for the skies to beat the anoraks as Scrapheap challenges them to build magnificent man-powered flying machines.
Yeah.